5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the first ever Hot Tub Podcast.
All right, you gonna go back and edit? Okay. We're gonna have all three of y'all say
Oh, at the same time?
Okay.
I didn't know.
Okay, so what exactly are we saying? Welcome to the first podcast in the hot tub ever.
In the Hot Tub Podcast Q&A.
Welcome to the very first ever hot tub podcast. There we go.
Q&A.
Okay. Well, you all three down. All three.
We got it.
Okay. All right. On 5. Okay.
Welcome to the
Go read the
very
question.
first
Go read the
ever
question. Go
hot
ahead.
tub ever hot tub.
Welcome to
Hot
the
tub.
very first
Over
ever
here.
hot tub podcast.
Got it.
All right. So you ready?
Yeah.
5. Wait. Okay. Well, actually, somebody needs to
You
read the
can
question.
be my one finish line and I'll be the
I'll
one
say
to fuck
she's
up. Okay,
Welcome to our very first ever hot tub podcast.
That's that. Okay. I'm
Yep.
fine. That's right.
Hold on a second.
Welcome to our very first
We gonna edit.
ever hot tub podcast.
Now you should have comments coming in there. Just read the comments. If they have any
If
questions,
you
they're
think
gonna
you're
come up
gonna
in
fuck
there.
it up,
And who I'm supposed to talk to him?
lip.
Yeah, you
Lip.
just they're gonna ask them questions. You just read the questions to them.
Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna the questions go shit come through there.
Hot tub ever begin.
I'm a goddamn podcast star right now.
Ever. Our very first ever. Our very first ever.
Get behind the scenes.
I'm not about to play with her.
Yeah, for real.
Man, you look crazy. She on this side.
Don't worry about how I you just worry about the question.
Oh, they got you on the other
All
side.
right. We're going
And five.
live at 5, 4, 3, 2. Lynn, you're out of the footage. So
I was like, I didn't even do anything.
Look, he already telling you.
I know. Okay.
It's
Okay.
Welcome to the very first ever hot tub.
All right. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Action.
Welcome to our very first ever hot tub podcast. I'm Lauren.
I'm Morgan.
I'm Lynn.
Ooh, y'all look so
And we're here to answer some Q&As. What is our very first question?
What you got?
sexy. You all look so sexy.
We discuss it on the other side. We discuss it there.
We don't have no questions?
Let's get some
Oh,
questions.
none
We
yet.
gotta answer. We gotta ask. She gotta ask the question.
Now look at this fool. Why do y'all look so sexy?
There you go. That's your first question.
Genetics. Next.
No, y'all play with it. Hey, look, why you look so sexy? Look at me. You look sexy.
The Lord, God Almighty created us.
All right. I don't really remember if we have a main subject, but I think our last subject was based on mostly relationships. I think I remember it said both parties come with baggage, right? So how do y'all feel when someone you're dating comes with baggage?
I run.
You right.
The person can come with baggage, but what really depends on that person is, can you handle it, and like, can you get rid of it? Like, do you have the mental state where you know you have a problem, admit that you have a problem, or the baggage, are you going to get rid of it?
So are you willing to stay with someone if they're willing to fix the load that they're carrying?
Yeah, if I see them working on themselves, okay, cool, but I'm not about to be Bob the Builder to that
Right.
guy. I'm not about to fix his problems. Especially, let it be childhood problems, adulthood problems, the shit that he going through, work, friends, family. I can be a supporter, but I'm not about to fix it to the man that you should like do that for yourself.
Right. It's about growing.
Do you believe in counseling?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I believe in counseling. Yeah. I think there should be a mediator sometimes because I feel like you and that other party, just because one person's feeling some type of way and the other person's feeling another type of way, y'all are gonna miscommunicate or you're gonna receive what they're saying in the wrong way because you feel some type of way.
Yeah, I always think an outside party that doesn't know either party should have an opinion.
Unbiased
And
opinion.
yeah, I like that. Yeah, definitely.
Us as human beings, we tend to act instead of responding.
Mhm.
So like they say something like we know ourselves, and then if somebody come to us, our partner comes to us, they tell us about ourselves, we look at them like, what you mean? Like, I know me, but the outside person looking in, like, they actually see our actions and our behavior, and they're willing to tell us and hold ourselves accountable. They're like, we should be able to listen to them. So yeah.
And I believe another question that was on our live earlier was, why doesn't this generation stay in long-term relationships?
Where do we start? Where do we start with that?
People just comfortable for with what they have. I mean, I get it, but I don't know. I mean,
Personally, I think I said it earlier. I just think people aren't committed long enough to be in long-term relationships. Like, I feel like people like a project they started and they don't necessarily finish it. And I think that's where this generation is right now, because they have so many options and opportunities that they so kind of wander off instead of being consistent in what they have at the moment.
And I feel like probably the younger generation growing up, I feel like they probably didn't see so much stability like me growing up. My parents, they were together for 45 years until my dad passed. So they would have been together longer than that if my dad would have lived longer than that. So, I mean, I feel like that's what I seen growing up. And even me, like, it's hard for me to be consistent in a relationship at my age. So I feel like the younger generation, they didn't so much see any of that growing up. So what do we expect?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't have a problem with being consistent, but I have a huge major problem with detachment. I'll be ready. I'll have a wall up prepared for that person, like I said earlier, to switch up on me or just do some just out of the ordinary stuff on me, and like I already have a wall up, so I can detach that fast. And
So when are you going to be able to receive?
You have to be. I have to be willing to receive.
You have to be willing to let that wall down. Do we have a question?
Oh yeah. I just needed to elaborate on what y'all was just saying about why relationships don't last long. That's because a lot of times we get in relationships and we have the tendency to look for the wrong things. Like we looking for sex, and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and then when the sex
social
play
media
out, we
plays
out.
a big part in why relationships don't last. It's all about how you look. I look good with this person, but do you vibe with that person? Can you have a conversation with that person? Can y'all sit in a room in silence, or not necessarily in silence, but can y'all sit in a room without your phones, without your TV, without the music, and just have a conversation and vibe with each other? Can y'all do that? If y'all can't do that, y'all definitely don't need to be in a relationship. If y'all have zero to talk about besides, oh, you look so sexy today, and I want to get in the bed with you, and can you send me pictures of your titties, and I want you to, so if you don't have a conversation outside of sex, then you definitely don't need to be with that person.
Yeah.
Where's the real reality of it all?
Yeah,
you know what
exactly.
I'm saying? The real reality.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm in love already because they like my stomach.
Do you have any questions or?
I ain't got no move. You got to talk, man. You ain't got no.
I'm thinking of earlier.
We'll check it out.
Do y'all remember the conversation we were having earlier? Like,
I think I do want to address the issue when it comes to. I think I was talking to you about it. Overly independent Black women, how men do want to take care of us.
There we
We
go.
tend to show that we're independent. We can do this on our own, but it plays a part when we talk about how the mothers grew up as a single parent, doing it all on their own. So that's what we see. And there's another part where today's age, men tend to think of it as a competition. So women will get, okay, y'all get the bag, we can get it too. So once we get our head built up to the point where we can provide for ourselves, and so like what we need you for. But the thing is, we do we are black men.
Okay. So basically, I'm going to just reflect on what she's saying so y'all can understand where she's coming from and where she's getting this from. We had a conversation earlier on why women are too overly independent, and the reason why women are overly independent is because we grew up with single mothers who have been broken and they haven't healed, and they necessarily don't want us to also have their same problems, so they teach us to be independent. But as a mother, not only should you teach your daughter to be independent, you need to let her know that it's okay when you find that great man, and we're going to say man, we're not going to say nigga, we're not going to say dude, we're not going to say boy, we're going to say man. When you find that man, it's okay to let him take care of you. It's okay to let your feminine side and let that wall down, because a lot of women are walking around like they real niggas, and you really just need to be a real woman. And so that's where she's getting that from is a lot of single mothers teach, which is really kind of hurting us, because now we're like, oh, I don't need this man. I can pay my bills, but can your bills hold you?
Yeah.
So it's like teach us to be independent, yes, but also teach us it's okay to be a woman. It's okay to be feminine.
It's okay to be soft to
Yeah.
your man. To a real man, it's okay to be soft. It's
vulnerability.
okay to be vulnerable and submissive.
Exactly.
Now we're going to do some Q&As basically about earlier. We're not going to actually go over the same thing. What we're going to do is ask y'all specifically, how did y'all feel about the podcast earlier? Specifically, like one-on-one, like the feeling as in, like, this is your first podcast, right?
No.
Second,
No.
third?
I have done many podcasts. I've done the podcast on This Is Not a Safe Place. And the podcast, y'all can catch that on Spotify. They haven't did anything new, but if you want to catch the old things, Spotify and Apple Music. So it's called This Is Not a Safe Place. And I am the problem child.
I knew she was a star. I knew.
I have my 3 episodes on the $1 Million Spot. Check me out on YouTube, The $1 Million Spot.
Okay.
This is my first podcast.
It's okay, boo. You did great. You did great.
You did fantastic. All of you ladies actually did fantastic. We really appreciate y'all being on there and actually being part of the DFW hip hop crew. So we want to know, like, what do each one of y'all do specifically? You know, the model, like, your own business. Like, what do you have going for yourself?
Okay. Again, my name is Lauren. I go by La Marie. I am the DFW shirt plug. I do customized shirts. I do customized orders on really anything, but my main focus are shirts. If you ask me to do like shot glasses or cups or a blanket or something, whatever, I can do it. I just don't normally do those orders, but that's what I do. So you can hit me up on Facebook, La Marie. You can hit me up on Instagram, Lamari Connections. I also work with the DFW Shoe Club, so you can hit him up. He has 2 stores, one in Euless and one in Arlington, and you can hit him up on Instagram, DFW Shoe Club.
I definitely support you.
Thank you.
Yes, that's actually a lot. Yeah, that's a whole resume. You know?
Sorry, I don't even want to talk because I don't do shit. I feel like
Okay, who want their own business? Who want their own?
Don't do that.
We want their business.
Don't do that. Wait, they're gonna be like, wasn't that 3 girls?
Okay.
Oh, wait, what happened?
No, I was just
let
finna
it
be
go.
part of it. I'm trying to add a little spice to it.
You do podcasts. What you do?
A
Just
podcast
catch
queen.
me on the pod. Have y'all did y'all pause it or something? Or it's still going?
What do you want to do? What? I already know. I'm a big supporter. What do you want to do, ma'am? Any one of y'all?
I would like to be an entrepreneur. I mean, I would like to be my own boss. You know what I'm saying? Don't want to work up underneath anybody. Want to make boss moves. And yeah, so far just doing this podcast, trying to get my name out there. And yeah, I actually did some shirts. I have a machine. I can do that too, but not everything like you, girl. Not that experienced, but okay. So yeah. I guess you could catch me on IG at mlucas1988, MLUCAS1988.
What about you, man?
Well, I'm Liz, and I did a lot of modeling. I was actually in a modeling troupe in Grambling State University called the Black Dynasty. But before then, I did many countless shoots and also music videos with artists back home. But my main goal when I got to college was to basically be a coordinator for models to feel comfortable with themselves and just to bring out the creative side of what they want to do, whether it is makeup, nails, clothes, fashion, or what they if they want to model in it or bring in models, or if they
You're like a
want
manager,
to
girl.
make that that I feel like that's like kind of a small role, but the bigger picture for me, what I want to do is reach out to more of the Black women in the community, just to get inside of their heads, just to I don't know how to explain it, like find the solutions for
You want to be a
Black
mentor.
women. Yes, a mentor, like
Gotcha.
find the solutions for what's happening within our Black women in the community and how we can fix it and how we can grow together, not independently, not by ourselves, because everything is not a competition.
Support each other.
Everybody got to support.
Okay, girls. Got a question. Well, not really a question. Somebody saying, Asana Ray, how are you girls?
Oh, we're good.
How old are we, or how are we?
No, it's Asana Raw. How are you guys? How are you girls?
We're fine.
We're
We're
good.
good.
We're
It's a great
perfect.
night.
And
We're in a
it's
hot
good
tub.
We
We vibing. We vibing. It's a good Saturday.
How are you girls? Yeah.
But what did it say before that? Asana Ray, huh? Asana?
Yeah, Sana Rock.
How are you? How about that?
Yeah.
How about that?
How
How's
are
your
you?
night?
How's your night? How's your relationship? Are you
Right.
single?
Do you need any advice, opinions, or something?
Got a
You got a question?
relationship? Multiple relationships? Sneaky links?
Right.
Entanglement?
All the above.
I
Divorce?
feel like
What? Okay.
I feel
What
like
does? Oh, go ahead.
no. Go ahead.
What does sneaky link mean?
We don't know.
I feel
We
like
don't
it's
know.
non-existent
There's-
to us because we don't
there's-
believe in sneaky.
There's definitely many definitions of a sneaky link. My sneaky link is I'm sneaking with a person in a relationship. But like I said, a sneaky link can also be you're with a group of friends and somehow you and a friend in that group decide to come together and you don't really want to tell your friends. So
It's
to your
nobody's
friends,
business.
we're sneaking.
Yeah.
So
My definition is the relationship. Like
Yeah,
sneaking
so-
with somebody in a relationship, definitely.
yeah, so there's many definitions of sneaky link. You know, I don't understand why you gotta sneak.
Yeah,
I'm gonna blow your
it's-
spot up
it's-
every time.
it's non-existent. I don't have a sneaky link. It's like we in it and we in it. We not.
Right.
It's just nobody's business.
Ain't no shame in my game.
Can't hide me.
I'm gonna blow your phone up. You gotta shoot for Popeyes. I want Popeyes.
They also said good luck with the boss. I don't know what that means.
Good luck with the what?
With the boss? You mess with the boss?
The boss?
Mm-hmm.
What's the name?
Asana Ray? Asana Ray? or something?
The boss. I don't know. Thank you, though. Thanks.
I
Appreciate
appreciate you. Another big question is, would you date somebody with children or a child?
Ooh.
Because I feel like some people have patience, but then you meet people who, I can't mess with nobody. But I have in the past. Well, I would still date somebody with kids or children. It just, I feel like there should be boundaries with the baby mother. Like the baby mother should understand. I'm in the picture now.
You gotta find somebody who's at peace
Mm-hmm.
with the other party.
Yes.
Period. If they're not at peace, it's not gonna work. Because the women that be calling and be like, the baby cool today, girl, no. No.
My answer to that question is
No
I don't
kids.
think so. No. I don't think so. I mean, if they have kids and their kids are grown, yeah, you know, but under 18 for
newborn.
sure. I don't think so.
Unfortunately, personally, I haven't really dated anyone with kids, and I have kids myself, so that's kind of weird to me. And the dudes that I do date, they want more kids, and I be like, baby, I'm not.
Kids, I have
You know,
that.
but
Someone said you are amazing persons.
thank you.
Thank
You're an
you.
amazing person too.
Well, we're gonna wrap it up here, ladies.
We're gonna wrap it up.
I needed to address something. Can I?
Mhm.
You just said, ma'am, mess at pool. You said that if the kids are younger than 18, right?
I didn't say that. I
No,
don't know
I'm
who said
talking
that.
about her.
Mhm. Oh, her. Okay.
That you wouldn't give that person a chance.
I'm in a relationship with somebody that has a 13-year-old daughter,
Okay.
but he's locked up, so I don't even with the child. You know what I'm saying? Like I haven't really. I've had relationships with people. I haven't really had like a deep relationship with somebody that has a child, so I can't really, like you said, like speak on it. But at the same time, yeah, I can't.
All in the park.
I can't under 18.
Children is just a tough subject.
It is.
Yeah.
It's there's no
And I
right
know
or
it's
wrong.
touchy.
There's no.
I know it's touchy. That's why I'd just
It-
rather not even put myself there.
It really.
I know me.
It really just depends on what type of parent the person is and how you feel about how they're taking care of their children. Because not every woman is looking for a stepdaddy for their kids. And not every man is looking for a stepmama for his kids. So you just have to learn how to work within someone. No, what I'm trying to say is you have to learn how to work within, like, if I decide to date you, if I really want to date you, whether you have children or not, I need to see how I fit into your life. And I feel like at the end of the day, that's just how it should be, regardless of, because in this generation, people are just popping out kids. That's unfortunate, and I'm not saying it's okay, but people are popping out kids. They don't really have a relationship with the other party. So, mistakes happen, things happen, and I just feel like if you vibe with that person, if you really like that person, and you try to figure out how to fit into their life and it works, then it just works.
Give them a
I
round
can
of
agree
applause.
to that. I can agree to that. Even though I'm like, no, I can agree to that. Because at the end of the day, until you're in that situation, you really don't know how you're going to feel. And if you really love that person, you'll do.
I've definitely talked to a dude who has no kids, and he doesn't necessarily have a problem with me that I have kids, but in his head, he's like, I want my first kid to be her first kid, and blah blah blah. But sometimes when you vibe with a person, it just don't work out that way. So, and then it starts making them have second thoughts, like, am I okay with not having kids, or will she be willing to have another baby for me? Like, if we decide to get married, like,
It's all about the mindset.
definitely when you fall in love, a lot of things change. Period.
Yeah, but someone commented on here saying, about me, I prefer to be lonely and single or with women whose name is wife in home. So they're really agreeing with pretty much what y'all saying, I guess.
What I would just say to that is take the word lonely out.
Yeah, I wouldn't say lonely.
Just because you single don't mean you lonely. Just because you decide to be in your own space and your own peace don't mean you lonely. It just means that you're loving on yourself and you're waiting on the other perfect person to love you.
It's always good to have supporters. It's always good to have somebody to motivate you. That's a good thing.
And relearn yourself. Relearn what you really like to do. Hobbies you like to do. Things you would like to enjoy by yourself. Quiet time.
Or
music.
be friends with somebody. The best relationships start off as friends. The longest ones too, like friends. The longest relationships, people started out as friends. Like, I knew this person in the 8th grade. We lost touch. I'm not saying that's my story. I'm just for example. But most relationships, like, be somebody's. If you reflect on yourself and you're like, this relationship didn't work, this relationship didn't work, be friends with someone. Just be their friend. Anything else? You want to wrap it up? Okay. So we're gonna wrap it up. Again, this is our very first
ever.
Hot Tub
Podcast.
The very first Hot Tub Podcast.
Good job, lady.
Now, swim across the back.
Well, I'm the director.
Goodbye.
Y'all gotta do backstroke.
Oh, back.
Stop it, stop it.
I'm not getting this hair wet.
Oh yeah, I forgot she. Showed me that one.
All right, here we go. Look.
There we go. There we go. Oh God.
Like it right here.
Right.
Now, if y'all stay to the end, y'all get a surprise.
Don't
Y'all
lie to
got,
them
y'all
people.
got a, for doing such a good job. Y'all got a surprise now. You ain't got to do nothing. It ain't much, but there you go.
I'll
Somebody.
do a little something for picture.
Thank you.
Thank you. Just.
I'm not worried about it. He's gonna be in front of a fucking fan tonight.
Damn, bro, became the director, bro. What's happening?
It is what it is. Shit. All right. That's it. From the top of the $1 Million Spot. Now after this, hot tub party. Hey.
Y'all are funny. I like that. But next time when we have question and answers, we need to write down the question